Welcome to the City Show. Pat O Melia here. You there? Whew, just had a big storm that came in vicious. Yeah, it depends on where you were in the state. I mean, you got hit with some real snow totals. Jersey City, my home city. I guess we got around 9 to 10 inches. The drifting was tough. And Seaside Heights, where my kids have a house, I was down there. About 18 inches. Tom's River was about 18 inches. A lot of digging out. I don't have the knees for the digging out anymore. Those days are long gone with me. I need knee replacement. I dug as best I could to get the cars out. You know, I purchased a Jeep 3 years ago just for snow. And a couple of 3 weeks ago, I blew the engine on that, so I'm down to my little Kia car for four-wheel drive. And the roads are still icy. One of the worst things about the storm was it immediately got super cold. I mean, we were down like 10 degrees. But the only thing positive about the storm, it happened on a Friday night into the weekend. So it wasn't like we were trying to commute the next day to go to work. So there was pros and cons to that. But it was wicked cold right after the storm all through the weekend. And after a while, made that moving that snow very difficult, especially when you're trying to move 18 inches. On my wish list this year is a snowblower, blower. I'm definitely going to get one. Actually, I was thinking about a Bobcat, but that's overkill for plowing. Remember everything on the bottom of the screen, how to like us, how to love us, how to follow us. Today we're going to talk about a $1 billion plus water sewage deal in Jersey City. Murder for hire with a Hudson County political organizer. Actually, I should say statewide organizer. Christmas winners, I want to open with those guys today. We finally awarded them. Then we got quick hits. We're going to take open container law, Jersey City map, a whole bunch of stuff. But right now, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. We're back. City Show here. Pat O Melia, you there? Don't forget everything on the screen. You know, love us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's the one. We awarded our Christmas winners for the best Christmas decorated home contest for 2021 in Jersey City. It's a John Seborowski Memorial Christmas contest. Yeah, Johnny was a perennial winner for years and years and years. He had a house on Columbia Avenue that not only was John a good decorator, and he put the effort in, but his house lent itself for decorating, which was the hard combination. Dedicated decorator and a house that lends it. John passed away a couple of years ago, so we renamed the contest the John Seborowski Memorial Best Christmas Decorated Home Contest in Jersey City. We had our winners. Now, we did 3 cities this year. We did Jersey City, we did Bayonne, and North Bergen. Last year, the COVID was incredible. It hurt every aspect of life, hurt every aspect of fundraising also. So we didn't get to do Bayonne last year, but we brought Bayonne back this year. I want to show you all of our winners. And John, would you start rolling them? Let's start with alphabetically, Bayonne. Yeah, Jimmy Davis came in. We got the winners in front of our green screen. Took the picture. Then we're going to send the picture to the winners so they can, frame it, mount it on a frame, and put it in a frame and mount it on a wall so they can remember that. They each got $1,000, $10 $100 bills, and the plaque. And I really respect the effort, the dedication, the thought that goes into decorating these homes. It is extremely rewarding to see how the houses look. It brightens up the neighborhood. It gives your neighborhood character. You know, it shows the pride you have in your city and your home. And like I said, we did Bayonne, we did Jersey City, and we did North Bergen. Two of the winners weren't there, but like again, it was a major snowstorm coming in. We did it on a late Friday afternoon. So we'll catch up with the other two winners. We'll bring them in the studio, get them in front of the green screen also. So like I said, we had Mayors Davis, Mayor Fulop from Jersey City, Mayor Davis from Bayonne, and Nicholas Sacco, the mayor of North Bergen, were in studio. All of them, especially Nick. Nick is big into the decorating. So is Fulop. Fulop's a big decorator also. He gets into it. Before we go to commercial, I want to thank everybody who made the Christmas television special and the contest possible. And it all starts and stops with Panapinto Properties and Joe Panapinto and his family and his corporate family, too, at Panapinto Properties. Alley Property, my landlord in North Bergen. CarePoint Health, that's Bayonne Hospital, Christ Hospital, Hoboken University Hospital there, the Jersey City Medical Center, Palisade Medical Center, Stevens Ford, your number one Ford dealer in Jersey City, Marco and his gang down there. One of the true great guys in Jersey City, Johnny Burns from Burns Brothers Monuments and Memorials. He's been involved with the contest and the Christmas special since day one. For that matter, Johnny's been involved with me since we first started on radio. For that matter, John's mom just passed away. She was 96 years old. Rest her soul. Let her rest in peace. I don't know if she's going to be back with her husband, so that'd be pretty problematic, but they were both great people. Like I said, she's 96 years old. She did not get cheated in life, and she's had a tremendous family, great children. Crystal Clear Productions out of Bayonne, my buddy Greg Buckshawani. He did a lot of the filming in Bayonne. John Castillo, our guy here in the studio, he pretty much put the TV special together. He did filming in North Bergen also. I don't forget the mayors, Mayor Jimmy Davis, Mayor Steve Fulop, and Mayor Nicholas Sacco. Without those guys, this can't get done. The Jersey Journal, they covered the contest and the special for us. Hopefully, by the time you see the show, the winners are in the paper. We'll send that over to Margaret Schmidt at the Jersey Journal and get that published in there. And all of the decorators. Doesn't happen without you guys. And again, I'm always impressed with the dedication, the labor that's involved, the great expense. You know, Lori Wilson at Wegman Parkway, she's talking about climbing up on a roof to decorate a home. That's dedication. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show, and I'll be right back.
I've got cancer.
We've got the highest level of cancer care.
The latest clinical trials.
Researchers working to find a cure.
And nurse navigators to guide you every step of the way.
At New Jersey's only NCI-designated Comprehensive Cancer Center, your safety has always been our top priority.
I've got cancer, but I also have peace of mind.
Jersey City Medical Center and Rutgers Cancer Institute of New Jersey. Let's beat cancer together.
Ford made their first all-electric SUV a Mustang. Rapid acceleration, reactive handling, 300-mile range. You control how it feels and how it sounds. It knows you. It dials into your preferred settings. It has an array of driver assist technology. Cameras and sensors enhance your awareness and provide you with additional control. But it's more than cutting-edge technology. It's the spirit of it. It's a Mustang.
Welcome back, City Show here. Pat O Melia, you concerned residents of the various cities that we are in. Now we're in, we're all through Hudson County now. Jersey City with Comcast Cable, and we're in Bayonne and all through Hudson County and North Hudson on Altice, Optimum. And if I'm not mistaken, we probably are on now in Harrison and Kearney and Secaucus through the Meadowlands cable, which is Comcast. The JCMUA and the city of Jersey City have agreed to upgrade, and they were being forced into this going back from like 2011. They settled a case with the EPA and the federal authorities over to upgrading our water pipes and our sewer systems. The MUA is going to undertake this is major, this is $10 billion, $10 billion plus. As soon as they give you a figure, it's going to be higher than that. Whoever does the math on these things never gets these things right. So they're saying a billion, with a B, mind you, billion dollars. We're probably looking at least $1.5 billion. Well, the real question is, who pays for this? Well, it is a frightening number. But, we want clean water, and we want to keep our waterways and rivers clean. I'm from a different generation. We probably can do more than we do to help the environment. One of the problems we have with the sewer treatment, because all the sewers, and when we're talking sewers, that's the catch basins in the street, your home, your toilet, your sink, your bathtub, all that water, all go into a common pipe. And that common pipe goes to the treatment centers, the sewer treatment centers. From there, it's cleaned up, and then it's released into the rivers. And, it's clean water going in there, as clean as possible. What happens during a rainstorm, those treatment centers get overwhelmed. And a lot of untreated, all of it, again, everything's coming out of one common pipe, from household waste to rainwater and to industrial waste. It's all going into now the Hudson and Hackensack River untreated. So that's going to come to a stop over the next 10 years. First thing the MUA is going to do, they're going to replace, I think the number is, I got to get more information on this. Somewhere we're bringing the Jersey City MUA people, because there's a few ways they're going to try to accomplish this. But first off, they're going to replace like 1,200 water pipes in Jersey City. That is a major undertaking. Remember, Jersey City is one of the oldest cities in the country. We got a lot of old pipes. There's still talk of wooden sewer pipes in Jersey City. Right off the bat, they're going to replace 1,200 water pipes in Jersey City, and then they need to address the sewers. And how you do this? There's numerous methods. Now, I've done a little research. This isn't going to happen tomorrow, so we got time to get more education on this. There's numerous ways of trying to accomplish this, and all of them are expensive. There is no cheap way out of this. There's the split sewer systems, where you're going to have your sewer system for waste, household waste, that sort of thing, and another one for rainwater. And the idea of the rainwater is that that's released into the waterways. It's basically rainwater and clean. And the sewer waste would go to the treatment centers. There was talk years ago of having these huge storage tanks underground in various parts of the city, which would collect the rainwater, and the rainwater would collect in the sewer and the storage tanks, and I guess there's holes in the bottom of the tank, and the water would seep out into the ground and not releasing any kind of water into the waterways from the rain. I don't know if that's one of the methods that the MUA is going to try to utilize, but they got to try to handle rainwater runoff. There was talk about putting, vegetation on roofs of buildings, but there are numerous ideas on what they want to do. Separating the rainwater from the sewage. First off, coming out of your household, there'd be two different pipes, one for wastewater coming out, and one for rainwater collection. Again, this is all new to me, but after a while, I'll become an expert in this. I know that I've seen the ideas with the tanks before, but everything seems to run around the two pipes, one for rainwater, and that would be pipes where strictly it's connected to the catch basins around the city, and you probably utilize our existing sewers just for the wastewater, the sewer treatment. Like I said, as we go on, I'll talk to the people at the JCMUA. We'll bring them on the show. We'll try to get as much information. But the scary thing is, just seeing what happened in Hoboken recently with their referendum for $241 million for a high school. But let me finish this after we come back from commercial. You're watching The City Show. We'll talk the economics when I come right back.
Jersey City Medical Center has a passion for heart health. We're Hudson County's only full-service heart hospital with innovative technologies and premier cardiovascular physicians, a partnership with Rutgers Health, the latest technology and medical advancements, and nationally renowned care for every heart in every community. Whoever your heart beats for, our hearts beat for you. Jersey City Medical Center.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. I'm back. City Show, Pat O'Melia here. We were talking about the split sewer system. How they're going to do it, we'll find out. Whatever the game plan is, I know they'll probably try to find the most economic way of doing it. But like I was saying before we went to break, Hoboken recently, and it's in Quick Hits today, there was a referendum for $241 million to build a new high school. And allegedly, economically, that $241 million to the people of Hoboken would have been about $500 a year in a tax increase, and that's on $240 million. What is the hit on $1 billion to people in Jersey City? If it was $500 a year in Hoboken for $241, what's the hit in Jersey City? Now, we're bigger, but you know that billion is going to be like $1.5 billion. What are we looking at? $2,000? And I briefly spoke to Mayor Fulop about this. He said, we're going to investigate every avenue from grant money to money from the Fed, from money from the state. There's a lot of work to be done. And this, like I said, this is going to happen in a week. It's going to take a while. So we'll get the MUA in. We'll get you all the information on how this is going to be done and how much is it going to cost. I tell you, that was such a shocking number and an undertaking for the city of Jersey City. You want clean drinking water, so you're going to go with that. But the tough thing here is splitting those sewer pipes and diverting that rainwater away from the sewers, the sewer waste. So that'll be interesting to watch. I actually put that ahead of a murder for hire. I'm sure you all read about this. Sean Cattle, he was a campaign operative, political operative. He worked on a lot of campaigns all through the state. He had a presence in Hudson County. He was involved with Jimmy Davis's campaign in 2014, Stick Romano's freeholder campaign in 2014. But, he has a long history in the last 20 years of being involved with various campaigns, from Robert Menendez to Billy O'Day, whoever needed a campaign organizer. He was local. You went to him. Well, he pled guilty to murder for hire. He arranged for the murder of Michael Galdieri, another political operative who worked a lot with Cattle on various campaigns. Now, Michael, I'm positive I interviewed him back in 2004. I don't remember if it was on the radio. I'm kind of thinking I interviewed him when I was at the Lowe's Theater on the stage when we first got into television production. I remember the guy who was a nice enough kid. He was running against Mary Spinello, who is now the head of the Jersey City Parking Enforcement, and he was running for Ward B, and he got jammed up with some gun and drug thing. Somebody dimed him out, which now you see what's happening here. You kind of idea who might have dimed him out. But that didn't stop Galdieri. And for whatever reason, we don't have a motive yet as to why Sean Cattle decided to have Michael Gardieri murdered. Hired 2 hitmen. They went to his home here in Jersey City. I think it was on Mallory Avenue. Stabbed him to death, then set the house on fire to hide the evidence. And that never works. And for the longest time, it's unfortunate, but it kind of drifted away from everybody's memory until last week when his story broke again. That Cattle had pled guilty. Now, he pled guilty like a year ago, and he's been out in the public. He's been out contacting people. He's probably been working on campaigns after admitting that he arranged to have a person murdered. Now, that's pretty odd that you're still out there on a bail that's not even collateralized. It's an unsecured bail. That is like really weird. Now, when this happened, when it broke, and when everybody realized this guy's been working with the authorities for a year, that's Hudson County. Oh, what do we do now? Who's in trouble in Hudson County? And nothing to do with Hudson County. There's only so much that happens in a campaign. Cattle never had a position in any of the administration. Once the campaign was over, if he won, he got his win bonus. If he didn't, you pat him on the butt and off he went. For him to be on the streets after pleading guilty to murdering an individual, and there may be another murder involved. This is out in Somerset County. There's a couple, the Sheridans, a husband and wife. They were stabbed to death, and their home was set on fire. And originally in Somerset, I don't know how this is possible, they thought it was a murder-suicide. You know how desperate you have to be to stab yourself to death? Now, I don't know if you have 2 people who died of stab wounds, if that's a murder-suicide, but that's how it was initially ruled. The son of that deceased hospital has asked the prosecutors to look into that case again. Let me break for commercial. We'll pick this up on the flip side. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Jersey City Medical Center is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County because your heart doesn't beat just for you. So get it checked. When your bones are healthy, it lifts us all. We're delivering joy daily in our Lord Abbott Maternity Wing and providing New Jersey's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. We'll continue building our medical network and taking every precaution for your safety so that we can all be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
We're back. Pat O'Melia, City Show. You there? Like I said, the Sean Cattle, for whatever he arranged to have this murder, he's been out in the public, possibly working on campaigns, moving around amongst all of us, and he had somebody killed. Obviously, there's much bigger fish to fry than some local politician involved with him. And again, when it first broke, everybody's looking at Hudson County because it's Hudson County. But I tell you, we really don't earn that reputation anymore in here. So none of our guys are really doing anything that is illegal anymore. It's not like the 70s and 80s. What is interesting with Cattle here is why he may have killed Galdieri. You know, it's either money. Galdieri had dirt on Cattle, which obviously they probably did have some dirt on Cattle. There was a woman involved, all of the above. Probably, you know, they worked on so many campaigns together. He had some dirt on Cattle, and he was going to rat. and cattle had them murdered. All right. That's another developing story. Like every day you hear something new on that. All right, let's see. Open container law in New Jersey. It is the law now. You can drink a beer, have a drink. You don't even have to put it in the brown paper bag anymore. That is the law in the state. Now, it's up to the cities if they want to utilize that law. I know Mayor Fulop is thinking about, well, the pedestrian plazas, we can put it there. I think this is a bad idea. If we have the open container law, I don't know if you can just have it in certain blocks. But think about people standing in front of the liquor stores, in front of the bars, panhandling. They're in the parks. You got people watching their sons' Little League games. They're rowdy as it is and getting into fights. The parents just think you got some alcohol to fuel them up. I think this open container law is a big problem. I think it's even going to be a bigger problem down in the shore communities. So they're going to embrace it. They want to try to get tourism back. I think this is a bad idea. But we'll see how it's handled amongst the mayors in Hudson County. It'll be interesting. I know Mayor Fulop is looking for all the information, the pros and cons of it that he can find. I would suggest we forget about this one. Jersey City ward maps. They were redrawn. They're drawn every time there's a census. And we talked about it last week's show. Everybody was upset. Oh, we got, rewarded out of our neighborhood got rewarded out of or remapped out of our ward. This has absolutely nothing to do with the average person in Jersey City. It is not affecting your life. I'll leave the block association person name out. I'll omit it from here. When I ask, what difference does it make if you're in Ward D or Ward C as far as your association goes? And there was no reply to that. There was I had to work with a different council person. You always had to work with a different council person. And really, if your association or civic association is predicated on the assistance of your council person, then you don't have a good association or civic association. The redrawing of the maps is much to do about nothing. Now, some political people may have an issue about it, but listen, it was only 2 maps drawn. If people had such a problem with it, propose another map. But nobody ever proposed. Everybody had some complaint, but nobody ever proposed another map for consideration. Now, there were supposed to be lawsuits filed, no lawsuits filed. Hoboken High School referendum, surprisingly, it was completely just blown out of the water. I think it was like 70% of the people voted no to $240 million. They voted no to a tax increase of about $500, and rightfully so. A small city the size of Hoboken, and Hoboken, you lose some population, you can lose the designation of a city there. I think their population is somewhere around 80,000. It's like 2 wards in Jersey City. That is too big of a project for a municipality that size to handle in this day and age. 40 years ago, you could build schools. I think the last school I know that was built locally was probably, 28th School on Hancock Avenue when Mayor Jerry McCann was the mayor. If you're going to build a facility like that, I would suggest you use the weed money to pay for it. Don't put it on the shoulders of the property owners in Hoboken. That is a tough nut to carry. Find other ways to fund that. Don't go reaching into the pockets. If you're going to reach, don't reach into the pockets to the tune of $500 a year. And in Hoboken, in Bayonne, my old buddy, the former Hudson County Sheriff, Juan Perez, is going to seek re-election for council on Jimmy Davis's ticket again in Bayonne. So Jimmy's putting together a pretty powerful ticket out there. All right, we're out of show. You be good, you be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.